All right. What's up, everybody? Hello. Welcome back to After Hours with the Crew. I think this is episode 15. Thanks for tuning in tonight. If you haven't been here before to our channel, it's your first time. We're Baggers and Brews, and our channel is pretty much everything related to motorcycles, motorcycle rides, and rallies, and beer. So as you can see, Austin's got beer there. Thank you guys for tuning in. Welcome back if you've one of the normals that are always on here. Tonight we got a special guest. We got MOTOBLONDE from Heather from the YouTube channel MOTOBLONDE. And as always, I got my other two stooges with me, Austin and George. I'm going to take these guys off mute, let them introduce themselves, starting with Austin and working around Austin, George, and we'll finish up with our guest and let her introduce herself. So without further ado, what's up, Austin? George?
What's up, everybody?
Heather? So why don't you just go ahead and do a quick intro for folks that have not been here before and don't know who you are.
All right. My name's Austin. I ride a 2013 Road King CVO. Known these two guys for quite some time now and having some fun. And tonight, I'm drinking me some peanut butter mind over matter double chocolate milk stout.
It's a mouthful.
That was a mouthful.
From Magnify, huh?
From Magnify Brewing.
All right.
Looks
George,
sharp.
up to you.
That's your cue.
That's my cue. I'm George. Talking about bikes, I got a 2018 Road Glide, obviously, for those of you who might be new here. And tonight I am drinking some Fat Tire.
Oh, snap.
Yep.
Fat Tire, huh?
Fat Tire from New Belgium Brewing. So I'm sure you guys will see this soon on the Thirsty Thursday videos because
probably
people definitely looking for it.
All right. And last but not least, Heather, MOTOBLONDE.
I'm Heather. I'm from New York. I am a line woman and have a YouTube channel, MOTOBLONDE, and I'm drinking water.
Water. Yay, water. So real quick, well, actually, before I dive into that, let me just say what I'm drinking. I am drinking in honor of our Thirsty Thursday and the Irish stouts that we did. I'm drinking a coffee Irish stout from a local brewery, Brotherton here. They did a collaboration with one of our local supermarkets. I guess, George, is that where they got the coffee from?
I believe so, yeah. And it's local brewery and local supermarket.
Yeah, and it's pretty good. It's definitely got the coffee flavor in it. But so yeah, we did Irish stouts for Thirsty Thursday today. So if you haven't watched that yet, after this, watch that. All right, so let's dive in here. So first of all, you said you were from New York. Where at in New York are you at? Because New York's kind of big.
Yeah, I'm upstate, kind of like the Albany area.
Okay.
So
where's that in relation to where you were, Austin?
I was Rome, New York. I went to
yeah.
high school up in Rome, New York, over in the Utica, Ithaca, that whole area there.
Yeah.
So
okay.
I know upstate's winters can be brutal, especially with that lake effect snow.
Oh, God. This year was the worst. I think I had high hopes because the last couple of years weren't too bad, but
yeah, it's bad.
Hold my beer, I guess. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
So you said you're a line woman. So what does a line woman do for those of us that have no clue?
So I started out working at the power company. So I would, we work with power lines. So we drive the bucket trucks, climb poles, troubleshoot, all that stuff.
Wow.
So, but we kind of left. My fiance and I both were working for the power company. And we left, and now we have our own. We're like kind of contractors now, so we do it for ourselves.
Nice.
Oh, that's awesome.
So yeah,
that's good stuff. Great. Now, are you born and raised in New York?
Yes. Well, I wasn't. I was born in Wyoming.
Oh, wow.
My dad was out there after he got a job out of the Army at a power plant. So I was born there, but I was, by the time I was 5, we were in Yonkers. in New York. And then we moved a little further upstate, like Orange County. So I grew up in Orange County, New York, and I moved up here for the last couple of years. I keep going north. I don't know what's wrong with me. I need to be going south. I don't know why I keep going north.
Wrong way.
So you're an Army brat.
Well, my dad was out by the time I was born. I guess that's just, he ended up at the power plant after he got out of the Army. But my both all my grandparents were Navy, Army, but I just didn't grow up with it. But they were. All right.
So you're married with kids?
Engaged and stepkids. Yes.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah. 8 and almost 13.
Oh, wow.
Oh boy.
Almost girl almost got to be a teenager. So
Mine just turned 21. So hold on.
Yeah. Mine's 18, about to graduate high school this year. So
yeah.
That's cool. Okay, so we covered that. So other than riding in your YouTube channel, do you have any hobbies? Anything you do other than the motorcycle stuff?
Work. I mean, right now, pretty much all our free time has been, motorcycles.
Okay.
I mean, nothing really crazy.
No,
pretty.
All right. George has all kinds of hobbies.
Yeah, I got hobbies.
What are some of your hobbies, George?
Me? Well, motorcycles.
Yeah. Other than motorcycles.
Editing for YouTube tools.
Other than YouTube and hanging out with us.
That'll take all the time.
And brewing beer.
Mm-hmm.
He's beating it one very specifically in the model railroad.
Just find that fascinating. That's all.
Hey, you know what?
I don't know how your big sausages work with those freaking tiny little pieces.
That's why I use tweezers, man.
Well, you're good with tweezers. We know that. So
we're not even drinking yet.
So your riding history, how long you been riding?
Me?
Yeah, you. I don't care about that.
Not me, obviously you.
I've had my license for a little over 10 years now, but I didn't ride that whole time. I started out because my ex-husband, he wanted to get his license. He bought like a little crap box bike, like a 250. I don't even remember what it was. It fell apart shortly after. But I just like, no way I wanted to be on the back of a bike with him. Not just because because I wanted to ride myself too, but I did not trust him. So I was like, no, I'll do my own. So, so I started riding, got a Ninja 500, rode for pretty much right after that. Just life got busy and I didn't really ride that much. And then I kind of just got away from it. Sold my bike. So I was away for it for a couple years. Then I met my fiance, Anthony. And, so I was kind of like a passenger on his bike for a few years. And then I was like, all right, first of all, he was riding a big wheel bagger and it was the most uncomfortable. He started out with a chopper. That was all right. But that was the most uncomfortable bike to be a passenger on, and I couldn't take it anymore. And I got the itch again, so I wanted to ride anyway, but that hurt. So
what made it uncomfortable?
I don't know if it was just my seat, because it was a show bike, so it wasn't built for comfort, and I'm pretty sure, I don't know, he didn't build it. I don't know what the suspension was or anything, but after a couple hours I couldn't stand anymore. I was crying. So
that sucks.
Yeah,
usually show they use that show suspension on there, and
yeah,
it's not forgiving.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
So George, what's going on over in the side chat? Are you checking that out?
Got a bunch of people over there. We got Whit Meza and Ozark.
Wow.
What?
We got Knuckles. We haven't seen Knuckles TV in a while.
No, it's been a minute. What's up, Knuckles?
Yeah.
Robin, the lady biker, she says she's thinking about cracking open some wine, so I don't know what she's waiting for. And we got the Black Tops.
Yep.
Mr. and Mrs. Blacktop Devil over there at Bell's Rides.
What's up, Bell?
Bell's Rides just put out a video for the world record poker run that she is doing, and we are helping promote and support. Mohawk Mike Motorcycles.
First one on?
Yeah, he was first.
He was first.
He was first.
We got Rain Man. Larry Blevins just showed up. So quite a little pop inside chat. I'm trying to figure out what everybody's drinking, but
yeah, I've been noticing that too. It's just gone crazy. Just went from like a few messages to boom. So,
and we got did you say Big Bert?
Big Bert's there.
From from down under, right? Tasmania.
Big Bert from Tasmania. So
Yeah,
and
awesome.
Jeannie and Casey's there, and I'm sure Carolyn, the Piney Princess, is in there someplace. If not, she should be. And because what else is going on a Thursday night? And GRK is drinking Allagash White. Favorite of Austin of mine, Allagash White. We just did that on our Thirsty Thursday just a few weeks ago. So
nothing wrong with a PBR there, Knuckles. Nothing wrong with that.
So quite the pop inside chat.
All right, cool. Yeah. Thanks everybody for watching.
Definitely.
Back to MOTOBLONDE. So your channel. Now I know the answer to this because I just recently watched the video, but what made you want to start a YouTube channel?
Well, I started once I got back into riding. I got a Iron 883, and immediately I wanted to start working on it and, doing all the mods to it. So I found YouTube and I started watching it, and I found all the moto vloggers. And, so I was like watching Blockhead because he had all kinds of videos with my bike. And then it went from there, and I was watching everybody. And I kind of I didn't see a lot of, and I was watching all kinds of tutorials, and I kind of saw like a space as a female to get into like actually working on the bike and showing that kind of aspect of it. And I'm kind of like, once I get into something, I have like I don't know if obsessive is the word, but like I want to go all in with it. So I was like, I'm working on the bike, I want to do that, and that's all I'm watching, so I want to do it too. Yeah, so I'm like that with like everything.
What are you pointing at me for? I don't work on anything.
You're hardcore, man. You go all in too, brother.
I'm all in having you do my work.
But and then I don't know, I kind of went through the summer and I didn't actually start it because I was too busy working on the bike and everything. And then like the bike was done, and I'm like, oh, what else am I going to do to my bike? Now I'm done with it. I kind of missed it. And then I traded my bike in next year, and I said, oh, here we go. Now I got a clean slate and I can start now. And that was kind of where I wanted. That's how it started out. It turned into, more now with the charity bike build, but that's how I kind of got into it. It was just working on my bike, and hey, I want to do that too.
That's awesome. What does your significant other feel about you having a YouTube channel? He
laughs. I always have some stupid thing that I'm, that I get myself involved in, and but I mean, he's supportive. He's always like, go ahead, it's fine. And he was actually, when I ordered all the equipment, he has all kinds of health issues, so he was in the hospital for on and off most of the summer. So I was stuck. I just got my bike, and I was ordering all the parts, and I was just watching YouTube, and I was stuck in the house because I couldn't be with him because of the rules. You can't have visitors and stuff. So I'm like, all right, well, what else am I going to do? So I ordered everything. He came home. He saw the entire living room was full of parts and and GoPros. And I said, well, I was thinking about doing it. I told you, but I ordered everything. And he was like, all right. So but the one thing he told me was, I know you get crazy about things and you go all in. So, and obviously you did, but as soon as it gets stressful and you're not having fun anymore, you're done. Like quit.
Yeah.
So, and I always have to remember that.
Is it like a switch that turns on or something that just goes from this to
Sometimes, probably. It's harder to turn back off though.
Yeah, you got to be having fun at this. If you're not having fun at this,
Yes.
I can imagine it'd be a nightmare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, whenever I'm like,
Especially
oh my God, like I don't have a video and what am I going to do this week? He's like, relax.
Yeah. It's not the end of the world.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Especially doing the editing. Like you do your own editing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then like George does the editing. So I can imagine if you're not having fun at it anymore, the editing part would really suck.
Oh yeah. That's like over the winter. It's been rough to try. Like I record stuff and I watch and I'm like, I don't even want to edit this because this is so stupid. Like I just want to ride. And it's like when I first started, like, and everybody told me it takes forever to edit. And I didn't that's one of the first things I said was I give everybody that does it so much credit because I didn't realize how much work it was. Right. It's not just shooting a video, and I would message people. I'm like, how long does it take you to edit? Because this is taking me forever. Like, am I just really bad at this? Should I not do this anymore? They're like, no, that's how long it takes. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a grind. Like sometimes you just have to work through it because anybody who's done it long enough, I mean, the editing is fun, but sometimes it's a grind, and sometimes you have to grind through stuff that, even though it's good content, you're just not excited about the edit.
Right.
So that's
and it's funny because some of the stuff that I think is so like when I'm having trouble like that and I'm like, oh man, it takes me forever to edit because I'm not into it. That's the stuff that I feel like turns out better and people like it more. And then the stuff that I get really excited about and I just crank it out, it's like, oh, that I guess I thought it was better than it was because it didn't do as well. I can't figure it out. It's funny.
There was stuff that you've done that I've been crazy excited about, and then you load it up and it's like, well, at least I was excited about it. And then we do the three of us sitting in lawn chairs in Bert's backyard talking about Sturgis, and it just blows up. It was a half hour, 40-minute edit.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It does drive you crazy. We've had several videos I thought were going to be just amazing, and it's like wah, wah.
Yeah.
Still sitting at a few hundred views months later. Like, dang, what the heck? What's wrong with you people?
Yeah.
So yeah, you touched on the whole being up there in the winter and trying to run this. But you do a lot of hands-on stuff with the bike. So has it been tough? Coming up with I know you said it's obviously hard to find stuff in the winter, but for someone who does a lot of wrenching, I would think it would be easier. Yeah,
it's definitely it's pretty, it's been hard because I was doing 2 videos a week in the nice weather, and now it's been hard to just get one because my bikes, I don't really have much going on with my bike because that's pretty much done. And Anthony just got his Road King, but we've been working so hard on the charity bike build, and we still don't have all the parts in to start it. So I feel like it's just been dragging, and now I'm just doing these little install videos, and I feel like I'm excited for the bike build, the Sportster, and to get that going. So when I do these little reflector videos, I'm like, oh, nobody wants to see this. They want to see the Sportster build, but
you'd be surprised. There's people out there that will intrigue them.
Yeah,
and that's what they look for. And there's all sorts of people out there that watch anything.
Right. So, and I know. Yeah, and I know it's true, and it's just like getting in my head, like I could be doing something so much better. But and then once I put it out, I feel better. I'm like, oh no, that was fine, that was good. But it's just like waiting for parts, and not being able to do what I want to do. I guess kind of gets in your head.
So let's talk about the bike build. What's the story behind that? How did that get going?
Well, it started, we were kind of like joking around, like we should have a bike build and, have something to do over the winter. And then we were kind of throwing ideas back and forth. And it was kind of like, yeah, we could build a bike. What for? We don't really need another one. It'd be a cool project, but like, why don't we make it worthwhile and kind of do something for a charity? And then it just kind of snowballed from there. And I found, and we knew we wanted to do something with veterans because we always do stuff with veterans locally. Yeah. So I'm like, let's see if there's something out there that has to do with like motorcycles. And so I found Veterans Charity Ride. There's a couple organizations, but I talked to Veterans Charity Ride, and they take veterans on retreats, and they do motorcycle therapy, and they do a lot of other stuff. They give bikes to vets and just well-being and all that stuff. And and I've been in contact. Dave and Sue are the kind of the founders of it, and they're awesome people. So we kind of decided to build it and do like a raffle and donate all the proceeds to, somebody will win the bike, and then the charity will get all that money. So we figured that could be something really cool. And if it does, I mean, we didn't even barely start this one, and we're already talking about like another bike as long as it does good. So we're just really excited to and it's something that like I'm on the channel for the most part, but this is Anthony and I were kind of working on it together, something for him to get involved too, and not just be me talking to the camera. So it's cool.
That is cool. So it's a Sportster, right?
Yeah, Sportster.
And what's your plan for the build? Like, what are you doing to it?
I don't know if I officially announced what we were doing.
Okay.
We were, I don't think I officially announced yet, but probably, but we're,
you definitely don't have to.
But so, I mean, I had everybody kind of guessing like Bob or Chopper. I think a lot of people kind of figured it out for the most part, but I don't think I actually said what we were doing yet. So.
Okay. Do you have a plan for when are you just going to unveil it, or are you ever going to announce it?
No, we probably will. We tore it down. So we're kind of just waiting. Probably in the next couple episodes, we'll show like the actual plan, because we were still trying to figure out things and make sure we could get all the parts and do what we wanted to do. So I think we're pretty close to, we just have a couple more things waiting to come in, and then we can get going and put it back together.
That's awesome.
Nice.
The teardown. One of the teardown videos is just hilarious because, your fiance has to lift at his working height, and you're basically kicking a toolbox around the garage.
Yeah.
So you
that's my life. Yeah.
And then you'd set the camera up for a time lapse, and then he hops right in front of the camera. It was good stuff.
We're putting there. One of the next shows is going to be the big wheel bagger, because he's had it torn apart forever. We finally got everything in. We got the wheels done, and he was supposed to be sitting there because he had another surgery and he's supposed to be taking it easy. So he was going to sit there and tell me how to do, because I hadn't done half of the stuff, put the wheels on and everything. I haven't done. So he was going to stand there and so he can relax. And he goes right in front of the camera every time. And I'm like, first of all, you're not supposed to be doing anything. Second of all, you're in front of the camera again. So it's like me just yelling at him all the time to get away, get out of the way.
That's funny.
But it's funny because we're just very, we both are very hands-on. I want to do everything. Get out of my way. Let me do it. And he's the same way. And he obviously knows more about all this than me. I get by, but he likes things done his way. And we both have our way that we want to do everything. So it's just, we argue the whole time, and people think like we make faces at each other and it's like joking for the most part, but people really think like we hate each other. They're like, you scared me. I'm like, no.
Ooh, should see me and my wife work together. Holy cow.
Yeah.
We
Also,
just
why they like separate bikes.
we just don't.
Yeah.
It's never good. It's never good.
We're used to it.
That's good. That's cool. I wish we could, but I guess we're both just stubborn. I don't know.
Well, we both own our business together, so we like have to. I mean, we'll just walk away from each other if it gets that bad. But it's like it gets hard.
I believe it. So when you decided you were going to do this channel, did you have like a vision for what you wanted to accomplish, a goal, or were you just like just going to wing it and see what happens?
I mean, I was kind of just winging it. Like, I just wanted to do it and see what happened. I didn't really, I don't know. I didn't really have a goal. Now I do. Now, we got the bike builds, and I think that that's going to be kind of the direction. Like, I think we're always going to have a build as long as it's successful and it's worth it for the charities. If nobody buys tickets, it's not going to be worth it. But,
right.
And I'll always have like the vlogging part, the rides, and, we'll always be working on our bikes. But I think that's like the main goal now, that I see that we've gotten into it, and we really want to be able to make that, a good.
Yeah, I think people will buy tickets because it's for charity.
Yeah, and you can win a bike. I mean,
and you get a bike, exactly. Well, it's a win-win. All right, so
I'd buy a ticket. I'm in.
You buy a ticket?
I would. In a heartbeat.
Can you buy me one?
You know what? I would get you one, because if we do win it, I want to see you ride it.
Now we're talking.
If you buy the ticket and he wins, though, you got to hold the tickets, and then if you win, be like, "Oh no, that was my ticket." I won.
Yeah, he would do that. Listen, I'm not afraid to ride the Sportster like you are.
Ride it.
I can only imagine. Like that Buell I had to ride for the training course. Oh my gosh. So did you ever take the rider safety course? Yep.
That's how I got my license. It was the weirdest thing, because I thought like I would say 75% of the guys in the class had been riding like their whole lives, and they just needed their license because they got popped and they needed it to be official. But yeah, I mean, that was the best thing I did, because I know my dad and my ex-husband, they tried to teach me how to drive a standard car years before that, and the both of them in the car yelling, like one was like clutch and one was brake, and I gave up because it was better to be at the class and have an instructor teach me, have the bike. Like I wouldn't have been able to do it if I had somebody else teaching me. The class was awesome. Yeah. So I always tell people to take the class, or if you if you don't know if you want to do it, just take the class, because you're not committed to anything, and you'll be able to tell at least if it's something you kind of want to do or if you hate it or whatever.
Yeah. I've said it before too. I thought I knew how to ride before I took the course, and then after I took the course, I was like, wow, I was doing it completely wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's surprising. It's a good course to take.
Yeah, I love that. Definitely. I thought that course was awesome. I'd highly recommend it to anybody that's looking to ride, for sure. So what do you got planned other than the build? What do you got planned as far as riding or rides or trips or anything like that? You got anything planned for this season, this year?
Yeah, I just got my tickets to Babes Ride Out. Hopefully I can still make it. We want to go. We're hoping next month to be able to go to Florida if everything goes well. He's just got some checkups, and then if they give him the clear, we're going to load the bikes up and head south for a little bit. And
that's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, we want to do a lot more because we haven't been able to the last couple of years. And hopefully he'll be in the clear to do everything. And then it's pretty much going to be like last minute, but we want to head out west. He wants to see all like the national parks. So he wants to do all that. Our friends want us to go to the Dragon with them this year. So
Nice.
nothing set in stone yet, but we definitely have plans to do a lot.
That's
as long
good.
as it works.
Where's Babes Ride Out at? Where's that?
That is like 2 hours from me. They have
Really?
one. They have like an East Coast one, and then they have a couple other ones. But
Okay.
it's in I forget the town.
It's like north of Orange County, isn't it? It's kind of like the southern part of New York, though, from you, right?
Yeah. Is it like Narrowsburg?
Yeah, I think
Somebody
it is.
over Witt's here. I think she'll know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I forgot Narrowsburg. Yeah. Yep.
Mhm.
So is the other one like in the upper northwest? Is that where the one on the west coast is?
I'm not sure.
I always thought it was like up in like, I don't know, Oregon or Washington or something, but maybe I might not have a clue.
In California, I thought.
Was it
somewhere.
California?
I think it's California.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think there's a third one. I didn't pay attention though. I just saw the tickets were up, and I'm like, yes. I've never been moto camping before though, so it'll be interesting. I don't know if I could pack the kitchen sink on my bike, but I'm probably gonna try.
You don't know if unless you try, right?
Yeah.
I always
So
get some good videos out of Babes Ride Out. I mean, there's usually, it's usually a good hot spot for the lady moto vloggers, and I always enjoy watching those. There was a couple that came out of the East Coast this year too, so that's pretty neat. Or last year, rather.
Yeah,
apparently
it'll be
they
cool. A
might
lot
not
of
all be
people
ladies this year.
You
No,
never
no.
know.
Blacktop, listen, it's a new world. It's a new world. You can go to Babes Ride Out if you want to go to Babes Ride Out. There is.
Or wash bikes.
We will not
Mhm.
judge, and you can wash bikes. Yeah.
That's foul. That is foul. Now, I think I saw you mention in one of the side chats on somebody's live. I don't remember what it was, but you mentioned something about Biketoberfest. Is that still something you're thinking of? Wasn't that you? I thought I saw a comment from you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We like to. I mean, I don't know. We kind of like. We've done Bike Week a lot, and we went to Biketoberfest 2 years ago for the first time, and we really liked it a lot better. It was a little more. I mean, there wasn't as much to do. It was a little more calm, but we kind of like a ride. We're into like riding more than we used to go down to Daytona and just party the whole time, but now we're kind of into the ride more and chill out and relax. So hopefully we'll do Biketoberfest this year, since we didn't get to go to Bike Week. And was it this week coming? Next week? Yeah.
So what's your favorite rally that you've been to?
I've only been to, we did Bike Week every year in Daytona. And then we've done, is that the one at Ocean City?
Maryland? Yeah.
Is that, yeah, we did that one year. But other than that, I haven't been to any others yet. We want to do Sturgis.
Mm-hmm.
So we were going to go last year, but that didn't work out.
Well, if you like riding, that's probably the rally to go to.
Oh, yeah, that's on the list of have to do soon for sure.
So much
You've
fun.
never been to Americade or Laconia, then? They're like almost in your backyard.
Oh, I've been to Americade. I haven't been there in so long. I've been to Americade before. We haven't been to Laconia. I don't think he has either. I think that's one of the ones he said he wants to do soon too. But
I enjoyed the ride. The riding out there in Laconia was excellent. That's stuff to check out for the riding.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely is. That was a
we
good time.
definitely want to. Yeah. No, we definitely want to make up for all the lost time. We haven't been able to do much the last couple of years, so
Yeah.
they're definitely on the list.
Nice.
Yeah.
Barber TVO is in the side chat, and if you guys don't know Barber TVO, he's got an epic video of him on Mount Washington. and I will leave the details there. But you need to go to Barber's channel.
You got to check that one out.
Oh, why are you trying to embarrass the guy?
Yeah, he put the video on YouTube, man. I mean, come on. When you put it out to the world, it's out there. I'm just promoting.
You know, I'm jealous though, because we actually tried going to Mount Washington. We couldn't because it was rained out. They actually closed it down to motorcycles because it was so bad. So a little jealous there. Definitely one I need to go back and do. Right.
Well, after seeing Barber's video, I'm good. It was like 70 degrees and sunny at the bottom of the mountain, and at the top of the mountain, it was not any of those things.
It was a little windy.
Just a little windy.
That's funny.
Yeah,
I will help you pick your bike up, dude. Don't worry.
Thank you, buddy.
We're here for you, brother.
Not the first time,
Not
for
the first
sure. So here's a nerd question that George should be asking, but I'll ask it. What do you use for your editing? What do you use to edit your videos?
People always ask me, and I feel bad telling them because I have no idea how to use it. I use Premiere Pro because it's just what I saw people using on tutorials on YouTube. And I'm like, okay, well, I'll use it too because that's what I'm watching. And I have no idea how to use it except for the basic things that I've been like searching on how to get by. It's probably way more than I need because I'm but that's what I use.
Well, I mean, here's the thing with editing software, right? You're either using the basic stuff that's not enough, or you need to use something pro level that is more than that is more than you need. There is no in between in editing software.
Yeah.
I mean, I use Final Cut Pro, and we've been, what are we now, 112 videos in this week, I think, to the channel, and I'm still learning how to do stuff.
Yeah.
So it's that learning curve doesn't stop. And then when you just figure out some stuff, they'll give you a software update. Things change.
Yeah.
Monkey wrench.
Yeah. Premiere Pro is good software, though. I mean, a lot of people, it is the standard of the industry beyond Final Cut, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what I was doing. I probably could have been totally fine with one of the more basic ones, but I don't know. That's just what and I don't want to learn a different one either. So I started learning this and I'm like, oh, this seems too complicated, but I can get by with it. So I'm just going to stay with it because I don't want to learn anything else.
Yeah. Now Washington's cool to do once and say you did it. Yeah. That's there's a couple of roads we've been on, I feel like, are kind of like that.
Definitely. Definitely.
Back of the Dragon is like that.
Oh, absolutely.
Yep.
I have no desire to do it again, to be honest with you.
Really?
Yeah, really. Yeah. Good. Like, knock yourself out, bro. Like, I'm good. Okay. Been there, done that, got the patch.
Yeah, I'd rather do the Blue Ridge Parkway, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Okay.
And be able to actually enjoy the scenery instead of staring at the center line for 40 minutes.
And sweating the whole way.
Sweating.
Yeah.
No joke. What was I gonna say? I had a question. Oh, when you ride, do you this was a question my wife had. Who do you ride with? Do you ride by yourself? Do you ride with your fiance? Do you have a group of friends? Like
so I started out like once I got back into riding, I never rode by myself before. I always rode with my fiance, or we have a group that we would ride with a lot. So I would never ride by myself, but this year I really started riding by myself, and more often than not, I'm by myself now, and I love it. But, it's me by myself. Now that he can ride again, whenever he can get out, we'll ride together. And, we're not in groups as much as we used to be, but it's definitely, I don't know if I think I was just more nervous to ride by myself. If anything happened, and I don't know, I was just, but now I love it because I can do whatever I want. I don't have to worry about anybody else. And I love riding by myself now.
That's cool. So as a woman rider, like, how do you feel? Like, how are you treated in the motorcycle community when it comes to like other men when you're out and about? Like, do you feel like you're accepted or?
Yeah, I mean, I think I mean, I know I've heard horror stories and I've had some laughs, but I've never really been treated bad. You know, our group of friends is awesome, and you know, whenever we're out, there's a lot of women that ride with us, and you know, everybody's equal. There's never any problems. You know, the only thing I get is if I'm like stopped somewhere, like I'll have somebody be like, "Oh, that's not your bike," or "You ride that? How do you ride that? Isn't that too big?" Or, you know, stupid comments. But I usually try to have fun with it and make up some story that sounds so crazy, and then they walk away confused. So I try to be sarcastic back instead of just, you can't get mad.
Yeah. So how is it on your comments on your videos? How's that?
Yeah.
It's not as bad as
the DMs.
You know what? Well, you know, the DMs from the group DMs, you get 30 of a day. Oh my God. No, I don't get that many. I shouldn't jinx myself, but I really don't get anybody like sliding into my DMs saying anything once in a while, but not really. And I'll get some stupid, there's somebody that's obsessed with my nose because and it's funny because I said something, and I don't know if it's because I brought it up, but on one of my helmet videos, I was like, I got a big honker and it fits in this helmet. So it's awesome. It's not. And somebody just would comment on everything about like, oh, you need a nose job. And like, they would just comment on everything, come on my live. So, and then Anthony was getting mad. So I blocked him because I was laughing, but Anthony got mad. So I'm like, I need to block these people for him. And then I got on TikTok and I think it was this dude, and he's commented on my TikTok about it. I'm like, you're crazy.
That's
but
so
I
bizarre.
mean, it's so weird.
Hey,
but I don't know. I don't get too many. I'm pretty lucky. I don't get too many crazy ones once in a while. But I mean, some of the ones I see on other channels, I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
But,
so is that an Instagram or a Facebook page that somebody started about the whole comments that guys
Instagram.
make? Is it Instagram?
Yeah.
That is crazy. Some of the stuff people say on there.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's
Jeannie
crazy.
shows me all the time what they put on there. I'm like, what are these? I mean, it's crazy.
How do I not know about this?
Oh man, it's
Really?
Comments from men, I think it's called.
Yeah.
Blacktop Devil showed Jeannie, and Jeannie's been like showing me all this stuff too. I was like, wow,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, just,
There's
I don't know what it. Go ahead.
Go ahead. I was gonna say there's probably I was looking at the side chat. There's probably some ladies in our side chat that have some of those were from theirs. I would guess. I think there's a couple people in here that
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
I
there's
recognize the comments on those guys. That's crazy. It's funny.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
like
it's
people get
become
behind a
so much
keyboard.
more popular for women to ride. I don't get the hang up. Like my wife rides her own. So many women. Every time we go out, we see tons of women riding.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's just, and I'm sure it's not just across, like, you get the comments just about riding, being a woman, but like across any kind of channel, there's always, I don't know, people get behind a keyboard and they just have no
Oh my
filter.
gosh. I would have thought because you do so much work on the bike that you would get a lot of crap about that.
I get some, I mean, usually they're pretty, I mean, everybody's got their way that they do stuff, and you know, I might call something the wrong thing or use a tool that somebody else wouldn't use. I don't know. I mean, and I'm sure like people always comment, and most of the time it's constructive. Sometimes it's, you're an idiot. That's not how you do that. But I don't know. I mean, I worked with men for like 10 years. I was the only female in what I was the only female in the 100-year history of the company to be a line woman. So I was with all men. And so I don't know. I guess stuff doesn't, like, I always used to joke, like, I have no feelings. And people would say, like, the guys would think you're going to get fired before I am. So I'm not worried about what I say because you'll get fired before me. But
So you have a little thicker skin than most.
yeah. And like when I got my first negative comment, it was something about like being a dumb blonde and eye candy. And the guy would comment on every one of my videos. So I'm like, well, you're still watching. So thank you.
And commenting. So thank you.
Yeah. So, and the first one got to me, but I was like, all right, so here we go. Got that out of my system. And now, like, I really just, and I say it to Anthony too, because he gets mad because he's very like protective, but I'd rather have fun with it. And I mean, I know you can't, like, I try to have fun with it and be sarcastic back or say something stupid, and usually you don't get a reply, and I guess you can't really do it with everybody because that could escalate the wrong way. But I don't know. You got to have thick skin because people are pretty bad.
Just weird. People are weird.
Yeah, I mean, they're sad, I think, and trying to bring everybody down. I don't know, like just sitting in their basement.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Watching videos on YouTube, talking trash.
I'm in my basement. What the heck?
I'm in my garage. I'm not even in the basement.
we had a good one. We had a good one for Bert. I actually screenshot it for him, and it was on one of his shoe review videos. And it was
weird.
The best moment ever. It always cracks me up to see all these guys with beards, tattoos, and Harleys, but when they start talking, they have little boy's voice. Just
do I have a little boy's voice?
Okay.
Does that apply? Like, I hear myself on like a recording. I don't feel like I have a little boy's voice. Nobody's responding. Do I? Feelings.
After,
no, buddy, your voice is deep.
you're good, man.
I don't think my voice is deep, but I don't think
Voice for radio.
Whatever.
Face for radio.
Face for radio, yeah.
All those hormones you're taking, it's like lifting your voice tone a little bit, maybe.
Well, I don't know if you saw I responded to that, dude.
Did you really?
Oh yeah.
No, I didn't see. I knew you wouldn't let it go though.
No. I'm not that guy.
100%. If he saw you in public, that comment would never come out of his mouth.
Oh, well, none of them would.
Of course not.
None of them.
I
had somebody comment. They said something to me on one of my helmet videos, and I get a lot like, oh, it's because you're a girl and that's why you get views. So I was like, and I clicked on them because their face looked familiar because they popped up on my feed one day, and they did a whole thing about how they were pissed off at the helmet company. So they were just like angry that they didn't, get a response from the company or whatever. So so then I wrote something back, and he replied, and he was like, oh, I'm sorry. And he like apologized. And so then I went back later because I was going to reply like, well, thanks for turning that around or whatever. And he deleted it. So he left the insult and he deleted the apology. Like, cool.
That's weird.
Cool.
What a tool.
That's people are tools.
Yeah.
That anonymous biker is kind of creepy. The voice.
He's very creepy. He's lonely tonight. He's lonely because the military biker's not able to be on tonight. And he doesn't have anybody else to make fun of. So he's targeting me because he usually makes fun of him all night.
Yeah.
So how are you making it through the winter, though? I mean, are you? We actually started putting out 2 videos a week during the winter.
Nice.
And I didn't see that coming. And then Bert was like, "This is what we should do," and I was like, "Okay, well, we'll do that." But it's, I mean, I know it's helped our channel a lot. And last winter I felt like last winter we struggled, and the crutches that we leaned on as motovloggers to get us through last winter, like bike shows and a bunch of stuff, weren't there. So
right.
is this your first winter?
Yes. Yep.
So okay.
Yeah, I think I started like the last day in September or the beginning of October. So right at the end.
Right at
So
the
you're only like 5 months into this thing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Good for you.
Good
That is
stuff.
awesome.
And
you're
I'm-
already what, like 6K or something like that?
I'm like 50 away from 7,000, I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Wow.
But it definitely slowed
Cheers to
down in the winter. Oh.
Yeah. I think it.
But yeah, I mean, I thought like when we first had the idea for the bike builds, I'm like, all right, so I can still keep 2 videos a week. One will be the build and the other will be, you know, riding if I can or wrenching or whatever. And then riding was out of the question. And we're the whole thing with the bike, which is like the weirdest thing is, I mean, I guess it's not the weirdest thing, but I guess I was naive. Like, I'm going to set up a raffle and donate all the money to the charity and we're going to have a great old time. But there's laws and rules and New York and
And New York. That's the biggest one. And there's New York.
yeah.
They're bad with that.
Yeah.
Really bad.
So, yeah. I've been trying to talk to, a couple of lawyers I talked to were like, absolutely not. You can't even do it. And I'm like, well, I'm gonna, so help me figure out how. So I'm talking to one person that is kind of showing me how I can get around it. So, but I never thought like actually setting up the whole like charity thing was going to be the problem.
Yeah.
So that's it slowed everything down.
They want their money. That's why. They want their
It's
money.
ridiculous. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
Wow.
New York is still less communist than Jersey, though. So
I don't know. I don't know.
100%.
Yeah, it's
100%.
It's worse here.
It's pretty bad.
That's bad.
Yeah, that is bad. So how long did it take you to come up with your name for your channel?
Like 2 minutes.
Really?
Really?
Yeah,
That
I
long?
mean, we thought of it and then you know, I sat with it for a couple days because I'm like, this is so stupid. And like, you know, I got to think of something better than that. And then I couldn't. And it just kind of fits because, I mean, obviously blonde, but like it started out more like blonde moment because if you watch my install videos, a lot of times I do something stupid. I like to show the mistakes that I make. So, and then tell people about it because a lot of people have told me that they appreciate that because a lot of times you watch a video and they're like done and you try to do it yourself and you're like, no, it's not that easy.
That's really true. That is true.
Yeah. So, I mean, if I can like show my mistakes and then say, then I did this and it made it easier or whatever. So, you know, but anyway, yeah. So it was pretty, it really didn't, I didn't brainstorm forever. It was kind of like, well, I'm blonde and blonde moment and it kind of just stuck.
How about the logo? Did you do that yourself?
No, I can't even draw a stick figure. So I paid somebody to do that. I went through a bunch of people actually until the last person did this.
Online?
Yeah, I went to Fiverr.
Oh man.
Everybody calls you sir, and if you ask a question, badger you.
We went to Fiverr.
Yeah.
How was that, George?
It was the worst experience of my World Wide Web history. I mean, these people, like, my instructions were, you know, this is what I need in a logo and no clip art. And you would get back this clip art and I would send them back messages like, when I pull up motorcycle in Google and the first thing that comes up is your clip art, that doesn't fly. You know what I mean? Like, it was bad. It was bad.
Yeah.
Yep.
So never
So
again.
I decided to take it on, and that's what I came up with. With the help of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went through a lot of people. I actually knew about them because I had somebody make our logo for our business from Fiverr like 2 years ago. But so and I have friends that draw, and I'm like, can you make my logo? And they're like, no, nope. So I'm like, all right, well, I tried. So now I'm
You
going
got
online.
lucky. You got lucky because that logo is pretty cool. I like it.
Listen, Throttle Down Under says stop talking trash about Fiverr. He loves them.
Yeah. You have to
Yeah.
find the right person. There's a lot, like, I cheaped out at first. I paid like 4 people like $10 to try to get a logo made, and it was really bad. So, and then I finally, like, I didn't cheap out, and I went to one of their like better rated artists or whatever, and it took a while for them to finish it, but they did a really good job. So
Yeah, great. And now, what format did just add for people's knowledge? What format did you get back? Did you get back a JPEG, or is it a vector file, or what? Did you
I think I got a vector file. It was all, I got like a whole package back from them with all like everything separate, different fonts and PNG, and I have no idea what all. I mean, obviously,
That's
I
the
don't
right
know,
way.
but
Yeah, that's the right way.
I mean,
Yeah.
for anybody like looking to do logos in the side chat, vector file, and Austin could speak to this as well. Vector file is the way to go. If you're trying to do T-shirts through Teespring and you're sending them in a JPEG, it's not a good scene. And what's the for the vector file? What is the resolution, Austin, that Teespring and some of these companies need a minimum of?
Oh, a minimum of 300. Most of them are 330 DPI is the minimum that most of them require. So ours is at 400, and it should be good.
So yeah, I know Bri mentioned logo, and Bodine said he needs help with his logo. So yeah, if you guys are looking at that, keep in mind that a vector file is really the way to go. Really the way to go.
Yep, 300 DPI. Vector file is good for when you have to blow it up extremely large. Like if you want to do a fat head or something, or put it on a banner or a display banner or something like that. That's where that vector file comes into play. It's really sharp. It's not easy to do.
And there you go. Level Up on Instagram. He's got a connection. So very nice.
Nice.
Professional Monkey says, you guys planning on doing Sturgis this year? And no, unfortunately, not planning on it.
We wish, but unfortunately, it's the plans.
It's just a time off type of thing. Like between the three of us and the stuff we have going on, other than like motorcycle trips, personal stuff, family trips and stuff, we don't still have enough vacation time.
Are you guys doing any of the big events together? Or?
Yeah. So we haven't really said this yet, but what the hey, I think the plan, we're kind of booked right now. If everything goes as planned, we are going to go down to Biketoberfest in October.
Nice.
We're definitely going to go down to Ocean City, Maryland for that bike week, just because, I mean, it's so close to us. It's hard not to. And we have so much fun there. It's just a fun rally. Like there's no riding to really do, but it's just fun with all the different bars and restaurants and stuff they got going on there. Plus they usually have really good music. So we'll do that. I think that's the only two solid right now, but we're hoping to do some long weekend trips. Maybe up north. We talked about that a little bit. Maybe those rallies. Gettysburg is probably most likely we'll do that because that's only a couple hours away, 3 hours away. So we'll do that. But we're hoping to do more weekend stuff. And I think that'll probably work out this year better than because I mean we burned 2 weeks for Sturgis last year.
16 days, something like that.
And that's for some of the folks between us three and our wives, like that's everything they got for the year. So, but we're trying to possibly get down to Eureka Springs, Arkansas for the World Record Poker Run, just to meet them when they show up there. I don't know. Did you hear anything about do you know about that? The World Record Poker Run?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So they're one of their stops is in Eureka Springs, and we kind of thought since we we've been helping them kind of with some of it and promoting it and whatnot, but we aren't able to actually go on the ride. So we thought if we could at least show up there when they're there and hang out with them and kind of just be a part of that, then that would be cool. But
Yeah,
that's not solid yet, but maybe we'll get to do that.
Mhm.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's it. We'll do a lot of riding. It's just, weekend
I
stuff.
want to head up north to Lake George and go up that area again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Finger Lakes.
Yeah, I want to do all that.
Mhm.
I haven't been out there on a bike before. We used to work out there, and but I've never been out there on the bike. So that's definitely something.
Well, it's Watertown is actually near you too, right? Watertown and all those. That's an awesome, because there's a lot of waterfalls and stuff down that road. Because there's a ski resort too that has all that. That road back there, I remember as back in the day. I can't wait to go back up there and ride that on a bike.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I said these guys, I'd like to ride up to Vermont, get up to that area. Not only would the riding be nice, but there's a lot of good
breweries
up there.
Yeah.
Very good beer. Northern New York has its. What Northern New York has? That's kind of cool. Is distilleries.
Yes.
Distilleries in New York have really popped up. I mean, there's a couple like in the Berkshires, like on the way into Massachusetts there that I've been to. It's Hudson Brewing, which is down by Poughkeepsie, not too far. They make Hudson Baby Bourbon. The breweries in New York they popped up like breweries in New Jersey, it seems like.
Yeah.
So very, very, very cool. There's a ton of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, being a Harley rider, did you pay any attention to the 2021 release of the new bikes?
Yeah, I caught bits and pieces of it, and I never went back to watch the whole thing. But I saw most of it, I think.
Anything stand out to you? Anything particular that you liked, didn't like?
I mean, I don't know. I know a lot of people were kind of like disappointed and with the whole thing, but I mean, I don't know. I think I don't know. I didn't really have an opinion on it. It was cool to watch and see what they were doing, but I mean, I know I was kind of more interested in what they were going to do with the Pan America, and just because it was something new, and all the colors of the bikes were cool, and the little things they did. I don't know. I didn't really have a strong opinion either way. I don't know.
So, what are your thoughts on the Pan America?
I mean, I think it's cool. I hope they do good with it. I don't know. It might just be because I haven't ridden in so long, and I've been like thinking about getting an event, I've been thinking about a bike like that. Just, I don't know. But I think it's cool. I think it'll be cool to see, and I hope that the adaptive ride height will lower enough so I can ride it. But I don't know.
Would you do riding like that? Would you do that kind of riding?
Yeah. I would love to. And so, I was thinking about it. I don't really have the time to get into it this year or anything, but it's something I've always kind of wanted to do in the back of my head. I just haven't yet. So I think it'll be interesting to see how it does. And, hopefully they do good with it.
Yeah, I hope they do well. I mean, I don't think I would ever do that kind of riding. It looks like a lot of work to me.
I know. It's true. I thought about
exhausting. Standing up, and I haven't stood up on a bike since I was like 12.
Well, that was like, I would always love when I was at the power company, we'd work in like the high lines and the right of ways, and we'd always get to take out like the 4-wheelers and all the cool equipment. And I would just go off and, I'd just take off and take half the day. I worked, but when we had breaks, I'd go out. You just have fun, and I love that kind of stuff. But
Nice.
That's cool.
So you're not afraid of heights?
Oh gosh.
No. I mean, I've had some scares that I probably I've had a couple scares, but it's so awesome being up there. It's, you know, I've been on.
What
I've
kind
never.
of scares?
Well, I mean, when I first started, we just got out of our training, and so we're climbing, and there was this big storm that hit, and it was ice and snow, and everything was in a heap in the whole territory. So they had us little apprentices working with all the crews, and so we're climbing because you climb, you know, you're the low man on the totem pole. And all, you know, the senior guys got the bucket truck, so we'd have to climb. So we were in the woods, and I'm climbing this pole, and the pole's like this. And we didn't have fall protection when I started. Like now they have their belts, because you're in, if you don't know what climbing a pole is, you have little spikes that you wear, and that's how you climb the pole. And then you have a belt, and now they have fall protection, so it hugs the pole. So in theory, if you were to cut out and fall, it would catch you so you didn't fall. But we didn't have that. We just had the belt. So if you fell, you're riding the pole down. So the pole was like this, and there was moss, and it was slippery and icy, and I had no fear. I was like, this is awesome. It was awesome. So I get to the top, and I couldn't get the bolt out because it was bent to crap. And I'm banging on it, and I'd never like navigated around a pole like that, because it's like gravity's pulling you around, and I didn't know how to do it. And so I cut out. I went to stab my foot into it, and I cut out, and I've just found a bolt, and I'm hanging off by the bolt. And I pulled myself back up, but if that bolt wasn't there, I would have been down on the ground. So that kind of put God in me.
Oh, man.
And George, you got all red there. You okay?
Yeah, I got nauseous just thinking about that.
Yeah, I can see that.
No.
Listen,
we're in Bert's backyard, right? He's putting up these lights around his around this lower deck he has, and we sunk these 6x6s in the ground. These things are maybe 13 or 14 feet high.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, all right, I'm going to hold a ladder while you go up there and put this eye bolt in. I was like, no.
Ladders are sketcy. I'd rather be like climbing a pole than on a ladder.
I'm like, dude, it's like a 5-foot ladder. He's like, no, I'm not doing that. Right.
No,
all right, get out of the way, dude.
I'll hold the ladder for you, buddy.
No, ladders are sketchy.
Oh boy, we've been on some rides where you didn't really like the looking to one side of the road.
And even like when we were in the Badlands, like there's a part of riding in the Badlands where the road basically goes down on either side, you know? So it's not like you're on a mountain where one side's the mountain and one side is like, you know, one side's the ditch. It went down on both sides.
Oh, yeah.
The chatter in the centers that day was like, hey, George, why don't you look out over there? And I was like, yeah, we're good, buddy. We're good. I'll keep my eyes right on the road.
Ironically, my wife was doing a lot of the trash talking on that, and she's afraid of heights, and she was busting your chops. That's
really? You know.
She doesn't like heights either.
Look at the scenery. No.
Nope, that's what I kept hearing. Nope.
Looking at the white line. So, do you have a bucket list when it comes to riding?
I mean, not. There's a lot I want to do, so I don't know. I don't have. I think it's more. I guess it's kind of cheesy, but like once I got back into riding, Anthony's health kind of declined, so he was always in and out of the hospital. Not to like bring it down or anything, but so whenever we could ride, like every ride that we rode was like the best. And, you know, so now when we do get to go anywhere, it's like awesome. And because we just want to do as much as we can now because we haven't gotten a chance to really. Right. So the goal really is to just see as much as we could see and do everything, you know, that we haven't been able to, I guess.
Right.
But, you know, I mean, all the big places we got a 5th toy hauler last year, because he just wants to travel all over, you know, and see all the, you go out west for a while. And so that's hopefully we'll be able to do all that.
So if you
But-
could only do one trip tomorrow, money wasn't an issue. Where are you going?
Well, tomorrow I'd probably go towards Florida to be warm. But I mean, really, I do want to ride around like Sturgis, those rides out there, because that just looks beautiful. I mean, that's definitely one on the top. But I mean, tomorrow, yeah, we'd probably go. Hopefully, we're planning to like go to the Keys with the bikes and do all that. But yeah, definitely like around Sturgis and stuff. If it was
Summer.
Yeah.
No, I hear you. The Keys, Florida Keys is one of my bucket list rides. I want to ride from up here down to there.
Oh yeah.
That would be awesome. I feel like there's a lot of stuff out like west that we don't even like. I don't even know about that.
Yeah.
I see other people do videos on that. I'm like, where are they at? It's amazing, like the scenery and stuff. But I've never even heard of the places they're at.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh crap! Where did my thing go?
It's like for me, I was stationed in Washington State for the longest time, and I never really even thought about riding. And thinking now, it's like I wish I had a bike back then, because Washington State is beautiful.
Yeah.
You know, the scenery, the when you go over to the Puget Sound and stuff like that, that road that takes you around the Puget Sound, I would love to go back and ride that. We got to plan a trip across country and just end up there. How about that?
I hear that. So Run Forest wants to know if you guys like hoppy beers.
Well, yes. I mean, we all drink different types of beers. I think probably Bert likes them. The hoppier, the better. Right?
I'm in between.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I like some of that stuff, but I mean, I also I drink more non-IPAs probably than anybody in the group. You know, when it comes to that, I like the ales. I mean, this fat tire is an amber ale, and it's really flat tire.
Heather, do you have a adult beverage that you like, or do you not partake?
I actually haven't had a drink since 2017.
There you go.
It's I'm not because Anthony can't anymore because of like he'll die if he drinks alcohol. No, he can't. I mean, he's on a ton of medications, and just he's had like chronic pancreatitis because of blood clots, not because of drinking problems. So he had to stop. So I just kind of stuck with him, and I didn't either. So, but I mean, I used to drink. Whenever we would go out, I try to try something different all the time. But I loved all like the IPAs and stuff. That's what I used to drink.
Okay.
But
nice.
I'm gonna drink water now with you. That.
You do that?
No, not really. Sorry.
Knock yourself out, bro.
So do you have any advice for somebody who says they want to start a YouTube channel?
I would just say make sure that you enjoy it and that you enjoy what you're doing, and have fun with it. Otherwise, it probably will not last. And I mean, I usually tell people like just watch like research if you're looking to like really get into it and grow it. Just watch all those, research how to. Who is it like? Think Media or Nick Nim. There's a bunch of people that teach you, a beginner, how to get into YouTube and set up your channel and everything. And so just kind of know how to put that out too, and just have fun with it. And
so George likes all those guys.
Here comes the question: what non-moto vloggers? I mean, obviously Nick Nimmin and Think Media, and I don't know if you watch Creator Fundamentals. He's right there. He's right there in Albany. He's right in your backyard.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, Creator Fundamentals, and he's did a virtual conference this year. Next year, he's probably going to do a creators conference for YouTube in Albany. He has Nick Nimmin come in. He has a bunch of people come in, and it's in Albany. But besides those guys, what other YouTubers do you watch besides the moto vloggers?
Right. I haven't really watched a ton. I've like subscribed to so many people now, so many moto vloggers. That's my whole feed. But I mean, I like to watch a lot of the, some travel ones. We just got the RV, so I kind of mess around here and there and watch some of them. But lately it's pretty much just moto vloggers.
Do you know who Changing Lanes is?
That sounds familiar.
They're a husband and wife couple that do RV stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're pretty good.
Yeah.
They got a lot of subscribers.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
jealous.
I don't really get too many suggestions on my homepage anymore. That's not moto vloggers. So that's just kind of what I leave on during the day.
People don't necessarily always get like they watch YouTube and they see YouTube and they're like, I'm going to start a YouTube channel. And then the more videos you edit and the more you get into promoting your own channel and doing your own thing, the less YouTube you actually watch.
Yes,
And it's it is true. It's a tough thing,
Yeah.
So yeah.
Maybe if you're editing.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I watch a ton of YouTube.
So tell us about the fifth wheel. What'd you guys get?
We got a Road Warrior. It's massive, and I don't know, like I can drive. I don't know how you don't need a CDL to drive some of these things, because we talk about it all the time. Like you see people with the with the long campers, and then they got a trailer behind it, and it's like
we saw a lot of that going to Sturgis, right?
Yeah,
we sure did.
Trailers hooked up to trailers. It's weird.
Yeah, you don't see that in Jersey. They don't allow that stuff. But when we were out in South Dakota, it was like, they're pulling the fifth wheel, and behind the fifth wheel is an enclosed motorcycle trailer.
Yeah. We got the fifth wheel, so when it's just us, we'll load up the bikes, and when we have the kids, they got their bunk beds in the back, and it's cool. I could live in that thing. It's nicer than my house. So,
nice. Some of them are really nice, though. Ooh.
Oh yeah, our friends actually. We were looking for it like in the middle of like when everything was like shut down last year. We were looking, and I guess everybody else had that idea too, because you couldn't find one, and when you found them, they were like $20,000 overpriced. And the sales guy told us, he's like, oh yeah, he's like, this would have been like a $50,000 toy hauler, but 85, yeah. And we were like, okay, no, thank you. And we had some friends that were selling theirs, so we got really lucky because it's a really nice one. And
got the hookup.
Yeah.
Nice.
We definitely wouldn't have been able to get this if it wasn't our friend selling it.
Yeah, they're expensive, and they're going to be going up again, because we were just looking a week ago, and I don't know if that was their sales pitch or not, but they're like, the prices are going to be going up at the next model year, and I'm like, well, whatever.
Yeah,
it's like
crazy.
Professional Monkey, what RV do you have? Tell us what yours is, because like George just said, he's in the market, so he's curious.
He bought his 2 months before the pandemic, so he didn't have quite the price hike.
Oh, my battery's gonna die. I gotta plug this in. Hold on.
Ruh-roh.
So
Missed the last 30 minutes. Did your camera go out?
Oh, I knew that was coming. There it is. He can't even defend himself right now.
Just
boom.
I can't.
Full Throttle Hog does a he's got a cool channel, so if you haven't been over there, check him out. He just did a iron butt that he did put very little planning into. Basically, he got on the bike and just rolled. But he's doing a live every Monday night that's basically geared towards, not necessarily moto vlogging, but towards creating and doing videos and, people asking questions. That guy's got a ton of experience with Premiere Pro. I mean, he's 20 years into Premiere Pro. So it's He's got a cool thing going on there on Monday nights.
Listen, man, that's just paybacks for trashing our intro.
Ooh. So that was the discussion on his to have an intro or not to have an intro. MOTOBLONDE has an intro on her channel. No, some cool music.
It's quick though, right? It's fast.
It is pretty quick.
Yeah, I didn't do that either.
No?
No, I paid somebody to do that too.
No.
George,
had
why don't
no
you start
idea.
paying people? Save some time and just contract this stuff out. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was like a $10 jobby right there. That was money well spent because I had no idea how to do any of that.
Where's Blacktop Devil? Blacktop Devil's got 3 months into his channel trailer, and I know our channel trailer's probably got like, I don't know, 20 hours into it, and now I'm still like itching to redo it. So
you are.
Nothing to dump 20 hours into an edit. What are you gonna do?
Have you ever dumped 20 hours into an edit, Heather?
Maybe. I don't think that long, but sometimes it feels like. See, my problem is like it'll take me 2 days to edit something because like I can't just sit down and do it, and I keep getting interrupted. So then like when I get interrupted, then I have to go and replay back like the last 5 minutes before, and it just takes me it's hours. I don't think I've ever done just a couple hours on an edit because it takes me forever.
Yeah, it's tough. And you know the thing is, you don't realize like when you first start editing, you don't realize how much time you necessarily put into it. Brian and myself and Blacktop Devil, we were having this conversation. We were out at Sturgis until you actually keep track of that time. So, and then I started kind of keeping track of the time that was going into some of the edits, and then I was like, oh,
yeah,
yeah. 'Cause when you go down the rabbit hole in front of the laptop, you don't always realize how long you were there.
Oh yeah, and
Nail that.
I used to think because like I don't know how people do it, but they'll have like 10 videos stored and ready to go, and hey, let me just upload this one because I have 10 more, and I'm literally like I'm recording it the day before, and I used to stay up till like 3 a.m. and then I'd go to sleep for a couple hours and then finish it up and try to figure out music for it in the morning, and then it would take my computer is the worst, and so it would take hours to export and then upload to YouTube, and I'd always think, all right, I'm gonna have my video ready, and then it would take me like 2 days straight because I would always like I couldn't judge how long it was gonna take me because I had no idea. It was terrible.
Yeah, we've never been the kind of people that have them stored up either.
No, I don't know how people do it.
We're always like, it's like being paycheck to paycheck. we are never. Oh man, I can't even imagine. And what are we going on? Like we'll be hitting 2 years of doing this June, right?
Yeah.
And we still don't have a bank. Like we don't have nothing saved up.
No.
So I mean, the best we did, like when we were in Sturgis, I'm telling you, we shot two terabytes worth of footage.
Yeah, we did.
I mean,
wow.
we shot footage, and I have had the luxury of through the winter to still be able to put out some videos from Sturgis.
Yeah.
And kind of get creative that way, because when it's cold and you can't ride, you can't always be buying stuff to put on your bike. You have to figure out some other things to do, and it's the more footage you have, the easier that gets. I feel like that's the one thing we learned from Sturgis. I mean, we didn't shoot like that, prior when we went to Ocean City and other biker rallies that we've been to, we didn't shoot like we did for Sturgis. And
we didn't ride as much at the other rallies, right? So, but yeah, Sturgis is a gold mine for a motorcycle YouTube channel.
Yeah.
No doubt.
We were doing about 100 gigs a day worth of footage.
Wow.
We rode a lot. We rode an awful lot while we were out there.
3 GoPros plus cell phones. Austin had the drone a little bit, but yeah, it was a lot of footage per day that we shot. I mean, it was no joke.
Yeah.
But it's helped us get through the winter.
That's awesome.
And not just get through, put out what I think is, content that people seem to be interested in. I mean, these videos seem to be doing reasonably well, and know, it's that's been a thing. So for those of you who live in cold climates, man, shoot as much as you can in the warm.
Definitely.
Yeah, I thought about that and I tried to, but I was just starting out, and I must have recorded. I probably have like 10 videos that I recorded that I thought were going to be awesome, and then I looked back at them because they were like the first ones they ever did, and I was like, oh god, no, I can't even do anything with this. And then I had a couple of install videos that I was like, yes, this is going to be good to save on the back burner, and they were just terrible. And now everybody asks me, oh, where's your install video for this? I'm like, it's garbage. No, because I had no idea what I was doing.
So
can't even salvage it.
But you know, the thing about that is, it's like YouTube brings new meaning to the word, you know, to the phrase, you know, one man's trash is another man's treasure. And there he goes. He slipped out real quiet. Austin looking at him, gone. He's gone.
He's like, well,
you know, one man's trash is another man's treasure, because I mean, there's stuff that that we've put out that, you know, I'm like, you know, I don't know how this is going to do, or I'm not really sold on this or happy with it, but you know, then you upload it and people just eat it.
Yeah.
I mean, they love it. And you know, we've put out I like Deadwood. When we put out our Deadwood video, like I was happy with the edit. I was happy the way things came together. Did I think that video was gonna bounce to like 13,000 views in a week? No.
Yeah, that's always how it is. Yeah.
You know, we did a Zero product review that I thought maybe would go to, you know, a couple of thousand views. Yeah, not yet 1K. So
yeah.
It's, you know, you really don't know. So I think the one thing that I've learned is to like stop necessarily getting hung up on like what I think people will and won't like, and you know, try and put out stuff that's decent. And then I think the other thing that's important that I think we try and do is sometimes I just do videos for us, and if people like them, they like them, and if they don't like them, they don't like them.
Right.
You know, I mean,
yeah, you have to, because otherwise it's, I mean, you have to.
I mean, did a 40-minute video on the Bring It Home ride, you know, and I said probably most people aren't going to watch 40 minutes of a YouTube video, but you know, I mean, that's for, you know, the four of us that went on it, you know. I mean,
that was hard for us, because that was a true experience.
Yeah,
really awesome experience.
So,
yeah, I don't think when George brought up the idea to start a YouTube channel, I think the idea was, you know, we were going to record our rides and us out riding and having fun. I don't think we ever thought about far enough ahead that, well, it's going to be winter and we're going to have to find things to do, and we're eventually going to be doing product reviews and you know, some talking, as much talking head stuff as we do now, beer reviews. I mean, I would have told you hell no if I knew that's what we were doing, because that wouldn't have been something I would have been interested in. But here we are, like almost 2 years later, you know, finding new ways to keep the channel going when we can't go out and ride. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Beer.
Yeah. Well, the beer helps.
One good recording session and another drunken recording session. We got 2 videos.
Here's Blacktop Devil. Same thing. The videos I think will do well always tank. The ones I think suck get a bunch of views. So
yeah.
So put out your sucky videos, MOTOBLONDE. I'm sure they will.
Yeah.
Because what you think might be sucky, man, I'm telling you, people just, you know.
Yeah. How about Deadwood?
Well, I was talking about Deadwood while you were gone. And like, I mean, I was happy with Deadwood, but you know, it's the one comment we got. So we got a comment on our Deadwood video. It said, "How about a little less of you guys and a little bit more Deadwood?" And I'm like, what the hell? And Bert put it like, he hit it right on the head. He said, "It's not wrong."
I don't disagree with him. Deadwood was me buzzed up with a GoPro walking around talking and showing myself, not Deadwood. So,
and you're pretty banged up. I mean, I thought it was good.
I was pretty tuned up. Lunch was a good time.
Yet we didn't actually film lunch, right? So, I mean, it's just how it goes. Yeah. So, because there's always that fine line of enjoying what you're doing and enjoying being in the moment and enjoying being like at some place like Sturgis, and then trying to get enough content that you could do something for your channel, because having a channel, especially you now, like you're going to be broaching that 10K mark probably soon. Having a channel is you're going to do things that you probably wouldn't do, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, you're building a bike.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I mean,
and genius.
Yeah, I mean, and a lot of times too, I don't know if he's watching, but I'd be like, well, I need content. I got to go out for a ride. And so it was a good excuse to just get out. And I mean, not that he would have said no, but it was just like, you stay home, watch the kids for a little bit. I got to go out for a couple hours. And it was, oh God, I mean, I needed it anyway, just to get out and ride. But I mean, that's a good excuse. Yeah.
And here's the joke of it all. We have yet to put out an actual motovlog video. We have never strapped a camera to a GoPro to a helmet.
Nope.
Now,
I guess I haven't seen one of that.
It's not coming, but we have yet to do it.
Yeah.
So speaking of doing that, you just got the Ruroc 2.0, Atlas 2.0, I believe it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
How do you like that?
Well, sticking my head out the window of the car was decent, but other than that, I haven't been able to test it, actually on the bike. But I mean, and I had the 1.0. I had two of them I had bought, before I started all this, and those were our helmets, and I loved them, except for they were very. I didn't mind the noise as much, but when it was cold out, they're like super ventilated. So, it wasn't. I mean, if I put like one of those balaclavas on, it was fine. Yeah. But that was kind of like my only complaint. But the 2.0, and they're coming out with a 3.0 now, so I don't even know what they improved with that. But like the 2.0, the 1.0 to the 2.0 was like night and day. As far as just like the inside. The padding, and it just felt like more like the showy that we have than like a bare bones.
Okay.
And so, and there's like vent plugs and all that. I was impressed with just the little changes they did, and so I'm really excited to try it, because I mean, I love the Ruroc, and I was like, I need to get one that's better for like the colder weather. And I don't think that's going to be the Ruroc, before I got the 2.0. So Anthony got a showy, and I put it on, and I was like, I mean, it's a good helmet, but I was like, I don't like the fidlock is awesome, that little magnetic thing, and just like the field of vision in the Ruroc is just, I don't know what it is. It's bigger, like I could see more around, and so when I put the showy on, I was like, I don't really like this, because I was like spoiled, I guess, with that, but and this is what I was used to.
So the feel of it, the balance of it, and everything feels good to you.
Oh, and it's super light.
That's
especially like hooking up all that crap to your helmet. I mean, I don't put a ton of stuff on my helmet, but just that adds weight to it, no matter what you have.
The Atlas 2.0, I believe you put that little. They already have.
Yeah, that's cool.
Mount that glues on, that's shaped to the Ruroc helmet.
Yeah, it was like perfect.
Wicked cool.
So, yeah. Woo. Yeah. So that would be nice to. And I don't know, I thought maybe it would be too low, because I'm really short, and like I had it up high on my old helmet with the camera, so you can kind of see over the windshield, kind of. Okay. And I was a little nervous about having the mount lower, like under the chin, that it was going to be too short, and you'd be like looking at my handlebars. But I got like an extension to bring it up a little more. So.
Well, I'll tell you what, though, it looked really good while you were shoveling snow on your TikTok. That's for sure.
Oh, yeah, I mean, that's all that matters. It looks good.
We can't wait to see what it looks like when you ride down the road.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing with the snow is TikTok.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Quick shout out to Dad from Dad and Mad over there in the UK. He's in the side chat now.
He has a rock.
No, on his wish list, he says.
So I have the showy. It's nice. The showy is nice and warm. I like the Simpson, and I also like the Ruroc, but I just was skittish because you just can't try them on. you know, nobody, and I really like Simpson too, but like nobody carries them, and you know, it's tough. I mean, I feel like I have to try on a helmet before I spend.
Yeah, I tried a Simpson. I couldn't. I returned it.
Yeah, I didn't like it, huh?
No, it just the shape of it. I mean, I didn't love the way it fit, and like I put it on, and everybody laughed at me. They're like, it was like this. I looked like a real life bobble, like a bobblehead. Yeah, it was terrible.
Yeah,
and
no.
I mean, it was too big and heavy, and I mean, they look awesome on other people, but for me, it just didn't work out.
So personal preference.
Yeah, it was just didn't fit right. Giant. No.
Here's a good one. Do any of the Baggers and Brews guys wear full face helmets? We all own full face helmets.
Own full face.
I've got the Shoei. I forget what Shoei it is. I don't know, but whatever the nice Shoei is, I have, and I love it. Bert has a. What did you just pick up last year, Bert?
It's a Bell.
A Bell.
Yeah,
I forget which one it is.
Yeah, I have
mine's cheap. Mine was like $120 or something. I got a cheap helmet because I only plan to wear it in the winter, and that's really all. I've wore it in the winter, cold a couple times, and headed out to Sturgis and headed back when it rained. That was the only time I wore it.
Yep.
And Austin, you have a modular, right?
No, I don't. I have an HJI, which
HJI.
is old, it's outdated. And one of the reasons why I asked about the Ruroc, because I do like the look of it. Even though
I had an HJC.
Yeah, so
I think the Rurocs look cool too.
Yeah, I think they're wicked.
They do.
I watched your video on that. And I liked the way that looked.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're awesome. And then I ordered they had like a limited edition, like liquid carbon fiber, and I ordered that one right around the time that they sent me the one, because I was like, I'm not waiting, like it's gonna get sold out, and I wanted it, and then it came in, and Anthony's like, oh no, you got this one. This one's mine now. I'm like, no, because I can't order another one for myself. Like, that one's cool. I want it. And we used to, like, we never wore full face helmets. Like when he would go to Bike Week, he didn't wear a helmet. Yeah, we'd get, and then I convinced him like to get the
cap.
Was it the badass helmets? So they were. I mean, I would just because I don't know. So he was wearing that, and then finally, I was like, no, we gotta wear full face now.
Yeah.
But,
Professional Monkey, thanks for hanging out, man, and blowing up the side chat. Appreciate you being on.
Yep.
Yeah, so I think one other thing I wanted to ask you, if you could have any motorcycle tomorrow, what would you buy?
I always think about this too, because everybody always gets asked that when they're on these things, and I'm like, I don't know. Like, I'm really happy with my motorcycle. There's not. I mean,
you don't have to get rid of it.
No, I know. I love it. I don't know. We have the bagger that I can ride, but I mean, I think I would want more. I don't know if there's just one that I would. Like my dream garage would have like one of each type of motorcycle in it. I don't really. I don't really know what else I would graduate to that I would want besides just different types of bikes to ride, because I haven't really had a chance to ride too many different ones up until now, so that's kind of something I want to do too, is
have you done any demo days? Have you gone and done any of the demo days that they have at the rallies or anything like that?
No, because when we were did I have my bike? I actually went. I was gonna buy the last time we were in Biketoberfest. I think I was gonna buy a Scout Bobber before I got my Harley.
Nice.
And then it didn't work out. We were like there for half the day, and we walked out on them. But I'm glad I got the Harley anyway. But when we were at the rallies before that, I wasn't really riding, so I didn't, I didn't get to test any out. Now, I mean, I want to now, but I really haven't been able to yet.
Okay.
So
Okay.
what about you guys? What's your bucket list or your dream bike?
George?
CVO. I mean, at this point, it would have to be a CVO bagger because I mean, you can't not like if you're into baggers, like you can't not be, maybe a CVO bagger stealing Austin's fat tire kit.
Mhm.
I mean, it's, it would be nice to have, like, when you think about, I mean, I have a second bike and I love the second bike too. It's an '09 Crossbones. But when you ride a bagger and you do riding, like the riding that we've come to enjoy, it's important to have the bike set up to cover those miles. And, usually a bike being set up to cover those miles isn't the cool bike that you'd like to take out on a Saturday, with the fairing lowered and the small windshield and, everything else on it. So it would be nice to have a bagger that, was more that style, I think.
Yeah.
How about you guys?
Yeah.
Austin?
Well, for me, it would have to be one from like Fury Cycles or the 409 Boys, something like that, something custom but with a fat tire. I can't do the big wheel. It's just not my style. But anything with a fat tire up front and some bags stretched out.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, I'm same. I would go to one of those companies that does all the custom bagger, definitely fat tire kit.
Yeah.
All the bells and whistles and all the cool stuff they put on there, sound systems, all that stuff, custom paint, all that. But it would still be a Road Glide though, because I really have no desire to ride anything else.
I would be switching to a Road Glide at that point. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Copy everything I do.
Good Life Riders put the best answer in the chat. He said any bike, it would be Austin's bike, not broken.
Oh.
That's like the best backhanded compliment I have seen in a long time.
That is great.
And Good Life Rider said, he also said, is any of the crew riding the World Poker Run? We are not currently riding the World Poker Run, even though we kind of have been involved in it since the beginning. Bert and Blacktop Devil, helped put the route together. We're obviously all promoting it. It's again, it's a lot of time off of work, and starting from Florida, we would even have to ship bikes, if not one, but both directions, to ride from Florida to Sturgis and get back to Jersey.
Yeah,
so, it would be a ride for us. Like it would be Jersey to Florida, then Florida to Sturgis.
And the Florida to Sturgis is like 8 days. And then you're going to get to Sturgis and you're going to want to spend time in Sturgis. Yeah. And then you got to get back to Jersey. And like you said, you have to get to Florida to start. It's just, I don't have that much time available. Unfortunately, maybe in another year, if it was last year or if it was next year, it might have been able to work out. But this year I got too many other things going on.
Yep.
So.
Yeah.
Good Life Riders, aren't you here in our area? Because if you are, I could use a hand with that. Come on down. Give me a hand with that.
Don't be salty.
I'm not.
All right. Well, so we're at hour 45. So probably wrap it up here. You guys got final thoughts before we close this out? Anybody?
No, I mean, great to have MOTOBLONDE on.
Absolutely.
She has one of these channels that is, growing at an awesome rate. She's putting up good content, lots of installs, charity bike build, and I think in another year or so we'll be able to say we knew her when.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
It's a good channel, and if you guys are here and you haven't subscribed, go over there and hit her up. I do have one question though. The TikTok. Is the TikTok helping the channel? Should we be doing TikTok?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like my TikTok is growing a lot faster than my YouTube channel right now, but I don't know. It might be helping a little bit because I do have it linked to YouTube, so maybe people that didn't know about me on YouTube found me from TikTok, maybe. But I mean, I can't really I can't really say for sure. And nobody said like I saw you on TikTok and I just subscribed to your YouTube. But the other way around, I have like, oh, I found you on TikTok, or I found your YouTube. TikTok or here. But yeah, I mean, but I don't know. I don't know how long I'll keep it up. But it's just lonely and sad.
That's so sad.
Right now.
It's lonely. Oh wow.
Oh, wow.
Funny. That's good.
I mean, I definitely think we're in a proximity enough that we will definitely ride together at some point.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
I mean,
absolutely.
Definitely.
It doesn't take much to get these guys on the road, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, except for this part and this part to get my bike running, but
yeah,
I'll be there.
Oh boy. So listen, we really appreciate you coming on. If you'll stick around when we close this out just for a second, so we talk to you in the back room. Or
thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. So next week, guys, all you guys in the side chat that've been asking questions and talking about the world record poker run. Next week, Thursday, 8 p.m., we're going to be having Mama and Sonny Badger on to talk about the world record poker run. So that whole live stream will be mostly dedicated to talking about that for all you people that have questions or just want to chime in and or planning to be a part of it, whatever. We'll have them on and we'll be talking to them. So come back next Thursday and hang out with us. Again, thanks everybody for hanging out in the side chat, all your comments, and sticking around this long. And thank you, Heather, for hanging out with us. We appreciate you being on.
Thank you.
Good night, everybody.